Hey, this is Dr. Dan Purser, danpursermd.com here. I'm with Lois Schweiger. Our families are hanging out at Animal Kingdom Lodge, Kidani Village here in Walt Disney World. This is a giant Disney mini. What is this thing? A mini cupcake? It's like a decoration. Can it be eaten?
Yes, it's edible for sure.
Well, we're not going to be doing that one, but I will say, at Animal Kingdom Lodge, I have been eating zebra domes. These are zebra domes. I've been talking about them for months. Whoa, this one's self-destructing. It's going to self-destruct in my mouth in a little while. Good.
He's been snacking on them all day already.
No, well, I've eaten 12, but that's something. Okay, I've been educating doctors, plus I've been eating Clearly. Well, they're not giant Disney cupcakes. They do make a giant version of that, don't they?
Yeah, I guess Mom said it's like the size of the plate that all your little treats
Now
are
you're
on.
talking. That's the one I want. You said you're bringing me these little baby ones, but
Portion control.
so if you're not a major foodie, I don't know if I'd come to Disney World. We do all the foodie stuff. We had at Enzo's. What was that place called last night?
Enzo's Hideaway.
Enzo's Hideaway last night at Disney Springs. We ate at Garden Grill this morning at Epcot. The reason you go to Garden Grill at 8 o'clock in the morning or 8 to 9 is so you can get a free, quick pass before the park opens to get on Soarin', which is right by there. So we did Soarin'. It was a lot of fun. We had a whole lot of fun with all that. So reminder to follow me on Facebook. Oh, sorry, follow me on Facebook Live and videos, and they'll be captioned. Podcasts, chats with Dr. Purser, they're called. Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, Pinterest, my email, where you can get prizes and discounts and stuff like that. Go to Physician Designed physiciandesign.com, and that's where you need to sign up for the email list so you can get our products. And we're coming out with several new products here, all validated. Some of them are incredible. Well, they're all incredible, but some of them are super incredible here in the next few months. So you're going to get to see all those. And let me scroll through my list here so I don't forget anything. So books. If you have endometriosis, grab my progesterone book on Amazon. It's been #1 several times. It's a great book. Why are there bubbles coming up on the screen?
It means people are reacting. They like it.
Oh, those are hearts or
Yes.
something? Disney hearts.
If you say something they like, that's what you'll see.
So remember, I'm in Linden, Utah, only 45 minutes from the airport. You can fly in and see me. What do you have anything to say, Brecken?
Well, the title of this is pretty interesting. You said they're easy to treat, fibromyalgia and endometriosis.
Did I call them easy to treat? What did I call it exactly? Easy fibromyalgia and easier endometriosis. Is that kind of what I said?
Something like that, yeah.
So I have some questions for you.
Mm-hmm.
Because your mom had severe endometriosis and severe fibromyalgia.
Yes, she did.
By the way, if anyone wonders who this strange lady is by me,
We forgot.
this is Lois Schweiger of Fibromyalgia with Natural Options Facebook fan page.com or whatever it is. Hi, Lois. How are you doing?
Good, how are you?
Good. We'll get to you in just a second. Hang on. So, your mom had severe endometriosis, severe fibromyalgia.
Yep.
So, did you have severe endometriosis, right?
No.
Did you have bad endometriosis like your mom and all your sisters? All your sisters had bad endometriosis, right?
No. Well, yeah, my sisters do, but not me.
Your sisters do too?
Well, no. Maybe one of them, but
Okay.
no.
Yeah, the one that doesn't listen to me. Do you have bad fibro like your mom and your sisters all do?
Nope.
Do any of them have bad fibro?
No, not at this point. Nope. Don't think they will
Do you
either.
think you have fibro?
I think I potentially do.
And same with endometriosis?
Yes. I
So tell me why you don't have endometriosis and fibromyalgia. Do you take natural progesterone?
I do every night.
You take it around the time of your cycle?
I just take it every night regardless because for me, I just feel like I've
You
benefited.
need more of it.
Yeah. I think my family is very deficient and I need more of it.
Do you take MTHFR? Do you support your methylation problems? Like, yeah, your MTHFR issues, which are pretty significant.
Yeah, I take 4 MTHFR Support Plus a day, and I've been taking it for years. So, and I've never felt better,
Do
honestly.
you use glutathione?
Every day.
Do you use copper balance?
I use that one a lot, yes. I don't take that one every day, but I do take it.
So are you on a low copper diet?
Yes.
So tell me why you don't have endometriosis and fibromyalgia.
I think because I've been managing it from such a young age, because I've been able to recognize my mom has had this, and you figured this out, that I haven't been able to suffer from those symptoms because I have been managing it with taking progesterone, being on a low copper diet, and taking all my supplements regularly. I've been joking all week because I have these bags of vitamins where I take 14 pills a day. But like I said, I've never felt better just because I know I'm taking everything I need.
Okay. So now tell me why I said it's easy and easier to treat. It's just pretty easy if you say natural. We've been really lucky. So do you think I deserve the Nobel Prize for medicine for curing
I think
fibromyalgia?
you think you do. No, I'm just kidding.
Wait.
I think you do.
I'm pretty sure I do. Okay. So let's talk to Lois. This is Lois Schweigert. And what I got some questions for you. Is that all right?
Yeah.
Real quick,
Let's
what's
go.
your shirt?
Oh, yeah.
My shirt. Well, it's Harrison Ford.
Wait,
Sorry,
go up a little.
it's Han Solo, and it says "I know" because I know everything.
He knows everything. You heard it here first.
I know. So I know everything. So I'm gonna wear this for the next year till it rots off me. I'll wear it every day to see patients. Everything. Okay. So my first question, Lois.
Yes.
Why won't you tell me the secret password to the very top secret private page on your In Fibromyalgia with Natural Options? You're so mysterious about it, but you won't. Do you know or anyone else will tell me the password?
I was told you were not
Worthy.
He's not welcome there.
I'm not worthy to get into the secret group, your private page.
You have to go through Brecken.
Brecken won't tell
I'm in
me.
charge of one thing, and that's it. Keep him locked out forever.
So I'm never allowed to enter that page ever. Okay, that frightens
No,
me.
yes, you are. They love to hear from you, Drew.
Oh, okay. Second question. How are you enjoying the marathon-long days in the various Walt Disney World parks you've been doing? We've all been doing.
We've all been doing fantastic. We've had a great time. I'm here with my grandkids, and we're having fun. And today I had to hit a little bit of a wall, but came back, laid down, took extra supplements, and I'm feeling great now.
Could you have seen yourself doing this a few years ago?
No.
Yeah.
Well, we did it a few years ago, and we slept a lot.
Yeah. You and Denise.
Yeah.
Yeah. So so
7
this is
naps.
kind of miraculous, amazing, nice, right?
Yeah, absolutely.
Third question. Of all the things we tell fibro sufferers, you and I do, what do you think is the most important thing?
The low copper diet, managing your diet.
So how hard is it to stay on a low copper diet here in Walt Disney World or Disney parks or vacation even, or this place?
I haven't had any trouble. I've avoided all high copper foods while I've been here. It's been really easy.
Yeah, totally.
Last night, what was that pistachio thing we ordered at
Some
Enzo's?
kind of pistachio.
torta.
Yeah.
Pistachio torta. I know she didn't have a bite of that.
I did not have a bite of it. No, I did not.
And nor did I see you eat mushrooms.
I did not. No.
Were you avoiding copper from that?
Yeah.
Good.
Yeah.
She knows.
Always. Yeah.
So most difficult part of the low copper diet for most people on your Facebook fan page?
I think giving up the foods that you eat regularly, and especially the ones that we're told are good for us, healthy foods, because they are, but not for us. And the things that we're just used to eating. So you kind of have to create a whole new favorites, new way of doing things, and then it becomes much easier. I was really resistant. It was hard. Not resistant. I was trying.
But a lot of people are resistant. They don't quite buy into all of it. They're like, I'm going to still eat avocados, but I want these other 7 things.
Well, yeah. Well, once you know and you continue to learn what the foods are, but I think once you feel good enough and then you go out and you eat something that makes you feel really bad and you really put that together, it makes it much easier to avoid it the next time. And the first several months I was avoiding avocado was really hard for me. Now,
Because you grew up in Southern California like my wife did.
yeah, my grandma had an avocado tree in her backyard. We grew up eating them all the time. Love it. But
Where
now
did you grow up in California?
in Glendale.
Glendale.
Yeah,
Is that close to Santa Ana, Anaheim?
yeah,
Yeah, somewhat.
Yeah.
She was in LA County.
Did you guys know each other back then?
Nope.
we didn't.
You weren't like in a
Each other
fibro
as
club or
Young
anything?
mothers.
Yeah,
You met in Colorado, right?
Yes.
yes.
And you were in a fibro club up there?
No.
No,
We were in the mommy club.
we were in the mommy club. That's right.
Are there fibro clubs?
There should be.
Are you kind of starting one there in Fibromyalgia?
I hope so. Yeah.
So do you think in a year we might be able to pull off having a major walk around here at Disney World with the fibro survivors from that group, or the West Coasties in Disneyland?
I think so. I think we could.
It's harder to do multiple days, but at least we can meet for one day.
One day, yeah.
Have a meet and greet. We can all wear
Yeah.
T-shirts that say "Dr. Purser knows."
That's right. There
I'm
you
joking,
go.
yeah. Well, I know they can all wear "I know"
We need
shirts.
to do something similar to this, but put your face on it.
Okay, yeah, that's no, my head's big enough for this. So, what's your high copper danger food?
Nuts and seeds affect me really quickly. I avoid them pretty much. I just almost never. That is not a treat for me because I suffer within an hour probably of eating nuts and seeds. But it's different for everybody.
It is.
Mm-hmm.
I remember I had a patient for months. I could not figure out why her fibro wouldn't get better every day. And finally she said, I went through every supplement, and she said, I do take 5 flaxseed oil capsules or 6 flaxseed oil capsules a day. I'm like, whoa. There it is. That
Yeah.
you're basically poisoning yourself with copper in that flaxseed oil every day.
Yeah.
And she got better dramatically after
Yeah.
that.
Yeah.
She's probably listening now.
Hopefully.
So, yeah. So, is there anything else you wanted to add to the group? And thanks for meeting with us here and working through some projects with us. But anything else you wanted to add?
Well, yeah, I want to emphasize that, especially for people who are new, if you have to learn to master the diet. The diet is the number one thing. Phase 1, I'm working, and now that we're getting a little further into it, I think we need to kind of do phase 1 and phase 2 because we have people moving to the next phase. But phase 1, which I would say would last anywhere from maybe 3 to 6 months, don't you think? Avoiding all copper, high copper,
Well,
as
I don't
much
know about
copper
3 to
as
6
possible.
months, at least a month or two.
Okay.
But I get people that want to get moving pretty quick. So I'm like, do it for a week or 2 or 3 and really get, but I inevitably we come back and reemphasize them. Like, you got to stick to that diet. You're not sticking to it. They're like, I just haven't bought into it completely yet. I love my foods and I'm trying to eat them all up. I'm just like, ugh.
Yeah. Well, I think if you master phase 1 and you really avoid everything, you can then move on and start playing with having small amounts and stuff. But if you don't really pay attention to everything that you're eating, because copper is everywhere, and so often do we hear people who are saying, I've been doing this and then I found out I didn't know potatoes were high in copper, or I didn't know this or that. So you really have to commit to the high copper, avoiding the high copper foods. If you are still eating copper foods pretty regularly, or you're taking all the supplements and you're not having the relief that you think you should, you really need to go back into your diet, because if you're not, you just got to restrict it or they're not going to work.
I agree. It's the copper that's a problem.
Yeah.
For almost all, I'd say I do have about 1/10 of 1% of patients who, they'll have high copper or normal copper levels even on the NCC, they'll still have all the signs and symptoms of fibromyalgia, and then I'll check. There's a urine toxicity panel, toxic element panel, I think they call it, through Genova. It's fairly inexpensive, actually. I think it's like $150, but I'll have them do that. And they always, these 8 or 9 I've got, come back with like 7 or 8 heavy metals, and they're toxic levels. It's just they've had some massive failure in their they're built in their metallothionein function or something. So the only thing I can suggest for them is a lot of glutathione. So, and our glutathione will be available sometime this month, maybe. Yeah, if we're thinking it's
We
fun.
do have the cosmetic still, and that's really great. It's a
Yeah,
really
get
good
the
option.
cosmetic. Don't suffer. Don't let your fibro get worse. At least get a. We'll still have it discounted. So.
And it's 10% off right now still. It's automatic when you apply it into your cart at physiciandesigned.com.
Okay.
Yeah,
Yeah, get it. Don't do without.
it's the best thing.
One more question. A lot of people recently have said they've gotten their labs back and their copper is normal. So when we have people who've gone to their regular doctor and their copper comes back normal, can you explain why that might not be an actual accurate
Yeah, you have to.
reading?
There's a formula where you take the zinc, the ceruloplasmin, and the copper level, and you run it through the. It's called the non-ceruloplasmin bound copper level. If you're above 20% with that, then it's copper. You have a copper oversupply or copper toxicity, you might call it. So, and that's diagnostic. Have I ever seen it otherwise? Yeah, in that handful. The occasion I'll see it in someone, and then when I do that toxic elements test, it comes back crazy with rubidium and gadolinium and uranium and all this stuff in their system. They're just like a walking cesspool of heavy metals. So,
Okay.
but otherwise, if they haven't done the formula and it hasn't been done correctly, yeah, they can't judge it from that.
Yeah.
You'll appear to have a normal copper level, but in reality, your ceruloplasmin's low and your zinc is low, and so really, it's relative.
Yeah. And we have that NCC formula in the files section on Fibromyalgia.com
Right,
on the private group page.
right.
So if you have had your labs done, you can go there and look at that, and you may come up with a different answer
could be
than you
the-
think.
It could be also that they actually don't have fibromyalgia. They might have some weird rheumatologic disorder that hasn't been properly diagnosed too. That's always a possibility too.
Yeah.
I've just never seen it otherwise.
Yeah.
And then when I get someone, they either get the weird heavy metal problems or they've got some crazy rheumatologic disorder like lupus or something like that wasn't properly diagnosed.
Yeah.
So yeah, don't always conclude the
Yes.
test is wrong when you haven't done it right.
Yeah.
So okay,
There you go.
thanks.
Yeah.
So you're going in right now to Animal Kingdom for a late night event and riding all the rides and chasing all the zebras and stuff like that.
Till midnight.
That'll be super fun.
Yeah.
And then you get up in the morning at 6 and do it again.
Maybe not quite 6. Maybe not quite 6.
We'll be banging on your door. Okay.
Yeah. All right.
Thank you.
Good night.
Thanks, Lois.
Yes. All right. We'll
Okay,
see
now
you
we're going to talk about endometriosis. Lois,
Yeah.
don't eat any high copper food, but you can have zebra domes as you go up.
Okay.
Why don't you show them the Zebra Dome again? Because he's been talking about it for months. So
They
excited.
brought me these little cupcakes to nibble on tonight. Whoa, whoa, whoa. While I'm in the stress of them, there they are. What is this? This is a giraffe thing,
I'm not sure, but it looks delicious.
a giraffe eclair,
Ooh,
and 2 zebra domes. I don't know where the other zebra domes have gone.
you've eaten them.
Dang it. I think they've gone extinct. Okay, so endometriosis.
Wait, really quick, can we ask some questions about fibromyalgia really quick?
Yes.
Can you explain your theory on fibromyalgia and copper toxicity? Because we do have quite a few new people here asking about it.
Yeah, so naturopaths for years have thought that fibromyalgia was caused by copper toxicity issue. We delved into that further, did a study with 43 fibromyalgia patients and that concept. Let me back up. I had 3 severe fibromyalgia cases that I've been following. And so I checked the NCC, get their copper, ceruloplasmin, zinc levels, and they were all high, like 35% or higher on their NCC. One lady who was almost bedridden was like 48 or 59 on her NCC, which is really high. Usually the bedridden ones that are that severe are in the 50s,
Man.
in my experience. So then I did a SpectraCell micronutrient panel, which looks at intracellular vitamins and minerals. We use it at USC and stuff for in endocrinology testing to, to look for vitamin deficiencies. What I found was that all those 3 women who had severe fibromyalgia had copper deficiencies on their intracellular testing, which was really weird. There was a real, I don't know about dichotomy or disconnect or something between what was going on inside their cells and what was going on outside their cells, because they had high copper levels outside their cells, but in their blood and muscles and everywhere else in their serum. But inside their cells, they were copper deficient, and I could not figure out what was going on. So it took me a few months to figure out that the metallothionein, there's a thing called the copper zinc metallothionein, and it moves copper into and out of cells and to places where it should be. And I thought, these women have some kind of weird, either a deficiency or a mutation or genetic error that prevents their copper metallothionein from functioning correctly. And so I read tons of studies on that copper zinc metallothionein and what it needs. It needs molybdenum, it needs B6, it needs zinc, it needs boron, it needs, on and on, all the things that are in the copper balance. So I had 7 things. It also desperately needs reduced glutathione. And a lot of these women genetically couldn't make enough glutathione or couldn't reduce it properly. So GSTP1 or GSTM3 or 2 or 1 or any of those errors can block your ability to handle glutathione or create it or reduce it back to its proper form once it's been oxidized in your body. So I got to remember to start the dot. Sorry if I'm looking at one. Looking at Brecken over there.
I know, I'm right here.
So what I did, we developed that glutathione. We actually have received a huge U.S. patent on it. We're starting a biotech company around it. We're taking it to the FDA, all that. Same with our copper metallothionein supplement, copper balance we call it, because we combined all those 7 together and got applied for a patent on it, and we're receiving the patent. We've already been told we are, and because it's the first metallothionein supplement that actually works, and we'll also take it, get it approved as FDA medical food here in the future. But so we're really serious about these things. We're not. This isn't some fly by night fantasy. We treated probably several thousand patients at this point with fibromyalgia and had great results. Yep. Now Lois started that, and we helped her with it. Started that Facebook fan page in fibromyalgia with natural options, and I suggested originally skipping 6 or 7 foods in your diet that were high in copper. I didn't realize quite how critical the low copper diet was, but those people, those 2,500 members of now the people who follow that page have come up with a really detailed diet.
Very
and once you enter the secret inner zone, the private page, which I'm not allowed into apparently, you can. Though this is my concept, and I should win the Nobel Prize for it. But anyway, we'll just leave it at that. But why don't they give it to me? I don't understand.
I don't know.
But anyway,
gotta work harder.
Okay, I'll work harder. I can't come to Disney World anymore, even though I'm working. So we figured out the copper supplement, a glutathione that works. And then the last missing piece was the chronic fatigue part that everyone has with fibromyalgia. That appears to be methylation related. Almost everyone has MTHFR, and if they don't, they have other methylation problems associated with their fatigue.
Yep.
And so when you treat that appropriately, that's why I asked you about MTHFR Sport Plus, the products we developed for that.
Yeah.
There's others out there. There's Homocysteine Supreme. There's Ben Lynch's Homocystics and Homocystics Plus. There's a bunch of them. There's a lot of companies have them now.
Yeah.
We think ours is still the best, but that's up to you. So we normally do genetic testing. We'll do a SpectraCell to see if they have a copper deficiency and what other vitamin supplements amino acids, zinc, whatever other deficiencies they have.
Yeah.
Some of them you treat with the MTHFR Support or Support Plus. Some you treat with the Copper Balance. There's a lot of glutathione deficiencies, and a lot of people have copper deficiencies. You do not treat that, though. You do not give these people copper.
Yeah.
They need to avoid copper. The problem is that they need copper to be moved around in their body and put in the right places, and that's what we're doing. And so 2 or 3 months later, no symptoms.
Yeah.
Thousands of times now.
I know my SpectraCell, I had a copper deficiency, I had a glutathione deficiency, I basically every deficiency you could ever have, I had it. And then I just got one done a month ago, and I had 3, maybe 1 deficiency and 2 borderline.
Right.
And I've never
Finally.
had that clear of a SpectraCell.
Yeah, it's taken a few years.
It has taken a few years, but I think it's been a good process.
Reckon's my daughter, by the
I'm
way.
his guinea pig.
Yeah, it's she and her mom. She's
I
my
was actually
stepdaughter,
the one
though.
who helped him find them.
Yeah. Yeah, because I couldn't figure out why her thyroid and other hormones were so low.
Yeah.
So good nutrition in equals good hormones out.
Yep.
So that's really critical. So anyway, that's the explanation.
Yep, that's great.
And I speak about it all around the country. It's seemed to be a popular topic for me to get asked to speak about at medical conferences, and that's what I've been doing this week and stuff. But
Yeah,
and I talk about it. It's legit. So
it is. Saves lives.
hopefully.
Cool. Okay, well, should we talk about endo for a minute, and then we can circle back and do
Well, let
Q&A?
me answer your fibro questions. Is that it?
I gotta dig around, so why don't you talk about
Okay.
endo for a bit, and then
Okay. So you know what? Nothing makes me happier on the second or third visit, like the second visit or third visit, when I follow up with an endometriosis case and I say, "How are you doing?" They go, "I am doing incredible. I am doing great. I've been on birth control pills now for 4 months. I take lots of natural progesterone. I sleep like a baby. My hormones have all come back. I'm having periods, but they're really light. If they're not, I take more progesterone." It usually takes the woman 2, 3, 4 to 6 months to really figure out how to use the natural progesterone. But that's it. That's the secret. And maybe make sure they don't have any vitamin deficiencies, which could also affect their own ability to make progesterone. So it's not magic. It's lots of natural progesterone. It works every time, all the time, and I've never seen it fail. So if you don't believe me, try it. Get your doctor to do it. Go talk to your doctor. Probably the number one biggest issue I see for endometriosis cases, and we're going to keep this really simple, but the number one problem I see is you don't catch the vision of natural progesterone. You don't try. Instead, you're using the synthetic progestational agents in the birth control pill to shut you down. Use a natural progesterone. It lowers your breast cancer risk. It lowers your clot, stroke, heart attack risk. It does so many incredibly beneficial things for women. Helps you sleep like a baby. Helps you feel sexy and beautiful and everything else. Keeps your hair thick. All that. Natural progesterone is amazing. But it takes you a few months to figure it out. The major hurdle for most endo patients, you know what it is?
I don't know.
Finding a doctor in their community who'll prescribe it for them.
I never had that problem.
Yeah.
I was very fortunate.
They can't find anyone. So let me give you some tricks on how to find someone who'll prescribe it. Go to a compounding pharmacy near you. There's got to be one near, maybe it's in the big city over an hour that way or up north, or maybe it's in your city. You'll find 2 or 3. Go in and talk to the compounding pharmacist and ask them who a good doctor is who can prescribe natural progesterone. I like the RDTs. They're called rapid dissolved triturates. And most of my endo cases need 2, 3, up to 9, 15, even a handful. 1 out of 100 women will have severe endometriosis, which means lack of the receptors, progesterone receptors. They're actually the beta receptors on the cell surface, on the endometrial surface, but studies have shown. And they need a lot of RDTs, like 14 or 15 a night. But most women need 2 or 3. After a while, they kind of figure it out. But ask them who a doctor is who can prescribe it for them. And go find that doctor. Go talk to that doctor and say, "I have bad endometriosis. I know you understand progesterone. I need lots of it. Can you write me a prescription where I can take anywhere from 1 to 5 at night? Like, give me 150 at a time with 5 refills, or, and I'll follow up with you. You can check me, do whatever you need to, confirm that I have endo. There's no reason to be taking progesterone other than bad PMS or endo or PCOS. About it. And pregnancy-related problems where you're not making enough progesterone while you're pregnant. But natural progesterone is amazing. Get my little progesterone book. If you have any doubts, read the articles. It's all reviewed. I'm sorry, it's all referenced. It's been reviewed lots. Been number 1 on Amazon 8 times. Number 1 overall, I think 3 times. But and go through it and read it if you wonder. But take lots of natural progesterone. Or if they have the capsule, get the capsules. Try them. They're cheaper and easier to make, and a lot of compounding pharmacies have that skill. They can make them. Most can't make RDTs correctly. And if you can't find anyone else, I'm here. So you can always contact me or set up some time to talk to me, and we'll figure it out. We'll figure out a way to get you the natural progesterone. It's harmless. It really is. Also, you could try lots of ask Young Living distributors. There's a lot of you out there. There's also a lot who follow me. Ask them what product you should use for to get natural progesterone. I'm not going to say what it is. I'm not going to cause problems with that. But if you're not a Young Living distributor, you can also contact my office, and we'll turn you on to another product or two that has progesterone in it, or help you find a distributor. Whatever I can do to help, I'm here. So it's the easiest thing to treat, and it's so great after a couple of visits when the girl goes, "You saved my life, you changed my life." I'm like, you know what? Call me then if you need me. Good luck. Play with the progesterone, and contact me if you need me. But you'll be fine now. You've got it figured out. Then you're going to wonder, what can you do for birth control? I don't know.
Yeah.
If you've gone off the pill, God bless you. More power to you. You should. It's just a really crappy option, but a copper IUD could be an option. Condoms, everything else you can do to not have sex unless you're married. It's just really a difficult situation, but the natural progesterone will be a godsend for you.
Yep. It's the best.
So, do you think I answered that? It's simple. It's really simple.
It really is simple.
So, and fibromyalgia is simple too. Get on the low copper diet. And it's maybe not quite as simple, but it's get on the low copper diet, and that's free. Matter of fact, you'll save money. High copper foods, avocados, kale, almonds, all that, almond milk and all that mushrooms are expensive. Chickpeas.
All those superfoods that they tell you are so good for you, they're
not good for fibro people. No. So
everything.
Yeah, get off them and save your money. Do that for a week or a month, and then you decide if I'm right or not. You'll know really quickly. Actually, most people know within a week.
Yep.
So, and then you can take the extra glutathione. You can get some copper balance. You can get your methylation issues tested. We use that foundation methylation kit on my website, danpursermd.com, under testing. The foundation methylation kit's inexpensive, $200, but you'll know within a couple of weeks what your methylation issues are, and we can attack them accordingly. So if you're having bad anxiety and mainly bad anxiety with crazy depression, you may also want to get a SpectraCell and maybe do a Pro 7 kit. Really, for up to $1,000, you get a lot of really good lab information, and it'll change your life. That's why everyone gets them. That's why everyone does that. Because they're like, holy cow, I have horrible depression, anxiety, and I've been miserable, and my fatigue is so incredible I can hardly make it through a day. You know what? We figured out. We'll figure it out. And I usually tease everyone. I'm like, yeah, by Valentine's Day, you should be getting better. Or now it's going to be, I don't know, what's after Valentine's Day?
St. Patrick's Day.
What is that?
I don't know. March? Right?
April?
March 17th.
March 17th.
Oh, March 7th. How do you know that?
He's weird.
My dog died on it.
His dog died on St. Patrick's Day.
That is dark.
Is it always March 17th every year?
Oh my gosh.
It is, yeah.
So maybe, okay, let's say tax day.
That's too bad.
Oh, maybe, okay, we'll say St. Patrick's Day.
Oh, no.
You can be a lot better. But yeah, so endometriosis is super simple to treat, I think.
Yeah.
And patients love it and they go, oh my gosh, I feel incredible. You saved my life. They start crying on the phone or during in the office visit. It's kind of embarrassing, but
No.
yeah, I know, but I feel
so
bad
happy.
for them. They're so happy, yeah. And I say, you know what, your daughter's probably gonna have the same issues. You use natural progesterone, you've learned the way. This is what do they say on Mandalorian?
It is the way.
It is the way. It is the way. So anyone who has watched Mandalorian, would you let us know really quick? So I wonder how many. There's little bubbles coming up. What does that mean? That yes, they watch Mandalorian.
Let's hope. That's
Or it
them just
could
saying,
be
"Oh, Dr. Purser's such a nerd."
Baby Yoda is such a cute little guy. I think his mom had endometriosis, so they had to use natural progesterone on her world, and that's how she had Baby Yoda.
Nice.
That's a lot of speculation.
Boy.
Okay, so
Someone said, "How do you not know when St. Patrick's Day is? You need to keep better track of holidays."
I don't even know. I barely know
He
what day
doesn't know what
Christmas
day it
is.
is today. What day is it?
I don't know.
Yeah.
Tuesday.
Thursday.
I had a zebra dump, so it's probably Thursday.
It's probably Thursday. So someone said, "Wow, all the good foods are causing my depression and fatigue. Now what should I be eating? What should I do?"
Cow, steak, meat, B vitamins.
B
Whatever
vitamins.
has high in B vitamins. Take Super B for Manual Living, or get MTHR Sport, or if you have the money, get the methylation testing. You'll figure it out. We'll figure it out.
I'd definitely say check out the End Fibro page and just ask there. There's
Yeah.
many people willing
Oh
to
yeah,
talk about it.
oh yeah, they'll help you like crazy. We created that community, and it's just gone nuts. I think
Yeah.
this year we'll probably hit 25,000 people on it. I'm hoping by next December we do. We'll be back here for a month. No, I'm teasing. Won't do that. But that'd be awesome. I think in a year or two we could be a couple of years, 3 or 4 years, maybe 1 million people on that. Facebook
It's a really
family.
great
It
resource.
works. It's really positive too, because all those people are curing their fibromyalgia.
They're feeling so much better.
I can't say
Yeah,
cure.
don't
I
say
gotta.
cure.
It doesn't. You can't cure
Their
it.
symptoms.
You can just get rid of your symptoms
Yeah.
or control them down to zero,
Yeah.
and get off pain meds. Get off Lyrica, Cymbalta. Get off all that stuff.
You can check out, we had one of our study patients, we did a video with her. It's on YouTube. Just search Dan Purser MD, and her name's Kristen. And
I'm gonna post it
Yeah.
on the Facebook
we'll
page.
post
as well.
it. So
I'm gonna upload it.
keep an eye out for it because it's a really great video on her
Yeah,
whole
she was
experience.
awesome. She was such a mess when we started.
She was
I picked 5
of the
or
worst.
4. I can't remember.
I think
4 or 5
You, had
of the
quite a
worst
few.
fibro cases. They pled their case, and I kind of got it down to about 20. Then I picked the 5 that were kind of bedridden and really in a bad way. And so the 4 or 5 that were, and we treated them for free.
Yeah.
And you watch them on the videos go through the transformation to becoming normal, happy people who, and if you go on that, the End Fibromyalgia with Natural Options, you'll meet them.
Yep.
Because they'll help guide you
They're
and go,
really-
because they were the worst of the worst. Trust me, they'll help you. They're amazing people, and they've kind of given their lives to helping more people with fibromyalgia. So,
Totally.
and you know what? You don't need to buy my supplements. You can
just do diet.
yeah, you can do the diet. You can copper balance. You can do molybdenum and boron and zinc and B6 and all that stuff. It's just a pain in the butt. We just put it together into one supplement to
Yeah,
make it
'cause
easier.
like I said, I take 14 pills every day already.
Sorry.
I don't want to be taking 70.
No.
That's the problem when you're breaking all those individually up. But yeah. I do have a question
Yeah, ask me
on
questions.
endo. I thought this was an interesting one. So does natural progesterone just help the pain of endomyalgia? Endomyalgia. Sorry, I'm mixing
new
all
one.
the things. Endometriosis, or will it continue, or will it help stop the spread and the growth?
Bingo. It does it all.
So it
it,
does it all. stops
stops the spread. It cools off those lesions and normalizes them. They don't become lesions anymore. They're not lesions. Inflammation goes away. Pain goes away. And eventually, if you take enough of it, you shut your cycle down and you don't get anything.
Yeah.
Most women like a little bit of a cycle, especially when they're young in their 20s or 30s. And so they kind of learn to control it that way and allow themselves to have half a day cycle with the natural progesterone.
Crazy.
Isn't that kind of what you're doing? Or
Yeah, I actually don't have one at all,
and you don't mind?
and I enjoy that.
Good.
Great. Yeah, and I'm good. Like, we've been testing me, and I'm totally good. You know, that's the amazing thing is,
And when you're ready to have kids, back it off a little more. And
yeah, well, that's not
we need
happening.
grandkids. 14.
Is that pressure? Just kidding.
Well, we're coming to Disney World without grandkids. It's getting old.
You have enough kids. You don't need grandkids.
Okay.
What about hot flashes? I know that's kind of not connected, but
95% of
lot.
the time, hot flashes are caused from lack of enough progesterone. 3% of the time, it's from lack of estradiol. 1.5% of the time, it's caused from lack of testosterone. And 0.5% is caused by lack of something else, DHEA, something weird.
gotcha.
So it's all the female hormones.
Yeah, everything. What kind of testing did you recommend to test for fibromyalgia again?
Serum zinc, serum ceruloplasmin. Oh, sorry, whole blood ceruloplasmin, serum zinc, serum copper. If you want to do the NCC formula, also a SpectraCell in a at least the methylation, foundation methylation genetics panel. That'll pretty much spell it all out for you. Right there. We can dig deeper if we need to, but occasionally I have to, but not often.
Yeah.
I don't even. If you don't have the money, you don't have to do all that.
Yeah,
just start.
Try the diet.
Get on the low diet. Yeah.
That's the.
It's free to do
Yeah.
that. Yeah.
And it's cheaper than buying avocado and kale and spinach and all those superfoods are expensive,
You think Popeye had fibromyalgia? Is that why he's kind of grouchy sometimes?
probably. But he got like a boost from spinach though.
What do you got in a boost from kale?
But spinach is high in copper.
It is really high in copper.
Yeah, I don't know.
Okay, sorry.
That's
He's a
funny.
cartoon.
Don't ruin his mindset.
So there was
How
a cartoon.
long-
Popeye was not a cartoon.
What did I say? Oh yeah,
Popeye was not a cartoon.
it's okay. That's another debate for another.
I was 5. It was not a cartoon. That's not.
5. Wow, that was a long time ago.
I'm really old
That was the turn of the century.
for that.
How long should you try the copper diet before knowing it will help?
Usually people tell me within a week or so.
Yeah.
You really got to hit it hard. But yeah, it's pretty quick. Usually within a few days. That's low. We should ask Lois that, but it's pretty quick. She said 3 to 6 months. You should try before you move on to the other stuff. That's a little tedious and slow. Most people with fibro, I know there are men out there, 7% of fibro cases are men. They just want to move forward and get better. So they're not going to play around with it for 3 to 6 months.
That's a long time.
Yeah.
I'm looking through all these comments.
So, fibro is always 3 things in my experience with these several thousand patients now. You gotta change the diet. It's a high copper food diet. You gotta get rid of that.
Yeah.
Number 2, the chronic fatigue part is caused by some methylation problem like MTHFR or one of those. You got to deal with that. It gives you tons of energy, gives you more ATP, really helps your energy. And the third part of it is your metallothionein dysfunction. You need some supplementation probably to help with that. You either need glutathione, which could be missing, and you got to use a reduced stable glutathione like our VARS glutathione, or you got to use copper balance or whatever's in copper balance. You got to deal with that metallothionein dysfunction. That's why they all get better. Go on in Fibromyalgia with Natural Options, talk to people. You'll see.
Yeah,
It's free.
it is. What's your tips for endo really quick? Or your one tip?
I don't know. I like to find out why they have endometriosis. Why are they not making enough progesterone? Is it genetic or is it usually is, and it's causing vitamin deficiencies. So if you want to deal with it that way, you can get really supernatural.
Yeah.
Not even take progesterone, but almost everyone wants to take progesterone. And I would advise it. So really, you can just treat it with lots of natural progesterone. So, and you play around with that, figure it out. You may need 4 a day, you may need 3 at night, you may need 2 at night, you may need 15 at night, but you're going to find your magic number and you're going to know your system. It might take you between now and summer to figure it out, but you'll figure it out.
Yeah. This is an extreme case. I feel bad for this woman. She was diagnosed with endo over a year ago. She was receiving blood transfusions due to being so anemic.
Because she's heavy bleeding.
Yeah, exactly, from heavy periods. She had a history of a blood clot in her leg, so the only option was ablation and the Assure procedure. She was 31 years old. It was a huge decision because she was so young. She felt that she had to be done having children. She has 3, so she chose that
But
option.
progesterone won't cause a blood clot. Natural progesterone won't cause clots.
Yeah,
It doesn't do that. I'll say it now. I said it publicly. This is being recorded. You can refer back to it.
Mm-hmm.
Show me where it causes clots. It doesn't do it.
Yeah.
There's no studies or anything that shows that.
Yeah.
The synthetic will, birth control pills will, but not natural progesterone.
So at this point, would progesterone help her?
Yeah,
That was her
immensely.
question.
Yeah, it hasn't got rid of her endo or symptoms.
Yeah.
I mean, it's just they just kind of scarred up her uterus.
Messed it up a little bit.
Yeah, so she won't bleed. But it's like, please forgive me for this analogy, but it's like sticking a red hot poker in there and moving it around. You're just scarring it up.
Oof. Sounds horrible.
Yeah, but I feel horrible for him too. Too bad she didn't hear me a year or two ago for
know.
this. God bless her. Yeah.
I know.
So yeah, lots of natural progesterone.
Lots of natural progesterone.
And she might, lots of glutathione too, she might be able to resolve some of that burn scarring.
Yeah.
And still have kids and do what she wants. Maybe, I don't know.
Maybe.
I haven't tried that trick yet.
Yeah, that's interesting.
Because I know our glutathione, that's one of our FDA claims. It's burn scar.
Where
Yeah.
can you get glutathione? I've gotten that like 5 times now.
From my office right now is the only place.
And physiciandesign.com.
Oh, really? They can order from there.
Cosmetic,
Physiciandesign.com. It's cosmetic, but you can still take it orally or topically, either way.
And I prefer the taste of this one. That's me. I'm weird.
Yeah. Doesn't have essential oils in it.
No,
No.
but it tastes better.
You like it? Okay.
I don't like
I
lemon
know a lot of
essential oil.
patients do like it better.
So
But
it's
yeah,
worth
we're
a
about
try.
to come out with our regular Bavaris Mint Burst.
Yeah.
But it's been crazy. Our manufacturer has been changing their building and everything else. So we're kind of stuck on a slow track since September. And normally it takes them 2 to 4 weeks, which would have put us in October.
It's
And
been
it's now
it's been a time.
January.
So thanks for hanging with us.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's why we've offered
Yeah.
the discount.
We only have we had the only one that works in the marketplace.
We've been
And yeah, I'll
trying-
say that in court.
And you guys sell it out really fast. We can't keep it in stock. I've gotten this a couple times. Does progesterone or natural progesterone affect the liver?
No,
I don't know. I've just seen that a couple times.
no.
Um,
Synthetic progesterone will, but natural progesterone won't.
yeah. Let's see.
Is it affected by the liver? That's a question they should ask.
Is it? That's interesting.
Yeah, if you take capsules versus RDTs, rapid dissolved tritrates go right into your bloodstream. Topicals go right into your bloodstream. But the capsules go through your liver and they cause you to become sleepier or drowsier because of some of the breakdown products of the progesterone. Does it affect the liver? I'm assuming they mean negatively. No. No.
No.
Does the liver affect it? Yeah. Not necessarily in a negative way, but just know the differences.
Yeah. This is kind of an interesting question. So, someone's wondering if there can be nerve pain due to your endometriosis,
Yes.
and what can they do for it?
Progesterone gets rid of it.
Okay, cool.
Heard that probably, I don't know, 500 or 600 times when all my pain's all gone away around my I was also having nerve pain in my legs and feet, and you're like, okay. But then it went away with the progesterone.
Yeah.
I have tons of emails for that, for the Young Living product. Yeah, I won't mention that.
I've gotten a lot of questions. They're saying if that certain Young Living product they feel isn't quite enough, do you recommend them getting
Sometimes you need prescription,
Yeah.
yeah. Endometriosis cases sometimes do or often do,
Yeah.
but
Sometimes it's enough.
yeah, it's just sometimes it's enough.
Some people just need more, like myself.
Yeah,
I always need more.
because I know you and all the other girls were raised on that product, which we don't want to mention tonight because of the juxtaposition. I don't want to get the FDA mad at anyone, but
Yeah.
or FTC, but yeah, but it just wasn't enough for you guys.
Yeah, we just are that deficient.
You were pouring on it 2 bottles a day. Yeah, it gets a little pricey.
There, yeah. We were making him go broke.
And we make it. We make that product.
I just think this is someone just posted their own little.
Okay, this will be the last one.
Well, it's not a question. It's just a cool thing. So they've been taking bioidentical progesterone troches under their tongue with the change.
Troches.
What did I say?
Troches.
Troches. With the change in diet, has worked amazing miracles for her daughter, who suffered from endo for over a decade, from 12 meds to 0, from cramping to the point of passing out, to the point of painless periods today.
And I don't know that people, some other
Yeah.
smart doctor who could be in your community did
Yeah.
that. So you don't have to come to me for this, but I'm easy if here I am. So if you need it. So
Yeah.
if you're a doctor, you can't find anyone, or they're being schmucky, or they're trying to micromanage you. You can't micromanage an endometriosis case.
No.
You just got to say, here's the progesterone, go at it.
Take
You got to figure this out and take
Yep.
lots of it. I need you happy, healthy, and not hurting in the next 2 or 3 months. And that's your challenge.
Yep.
Take it as much as you want. If you take too much, you'll have a progesterone hangover the next morning.
Yep.
That's about the limit. But maybe you can take a couple during the day, and then take a regular giant dose at night,
Yep.
and not have the weird hangover. So,
Yeah.
but it will make you sleepy after you
It
take
will. It definitely does.
it. I know your mom curls up, goes to bed, and sleeps for 8 hours.
My
every night.
husband tells me if I take it and try to stay up, we have the weirdest conversations, and I don't remember them at all.
It's a truth serum.
He calls it the truth serum,
Truth serum.
but that's me.
But you're a little angel, so what? You're just telling him about your prayers and dreams.
I just tell him about my hopes and dreams. No, he just says I get kind of funny, but so I just know I need to go to sleep.
So lots of natural progesterone. What if you have had a reaction? You get the progesterone in the liver for Melissa. Something was in the progesterone that shouldn't have been. There's no way you should have a reaction with it.
Yeah.
I can't eat those foods because I'm buying kilos. So any
He's
idea
reading your
why?
questions.
I'm reading them.
Maybe not. Don't read them. We're just
Okay. Should you cycle taking natural progesterone 4 weeks on, 1 week off at least? You can take it without a break. I usually suggest it.
Yeah, I've always liked
All the new
taking it
birth control pills are
consistently.
now without a break.
Yeah.
That's just a weird thing that someone at Dow Medical did a long time ago when they developed the first birth control pill. They thought women would think it was cool and normal if they hemorrhaged once a month, so they just would hemorrhage. It wasn't really a period.
Yeah,
It's
that
just
was scary.
massive,
when you told me
crazy
that.
hemorrhage. Yeah,
It's not a period. It's just you're bleeding. Like
yeah, you're just bleeding like stink for a week.
it's terrifying.
Yeah, it's horrible.
I hate
So
that.
I don't know if I'd do that if I had bad endometriosis.
Yeah. Oh, this is interesting. Do you treat PMDD? I don't know what that is.
That means they have a God, I'm blanking on it. I've had too many zebra domes.
Do you want me to Google
But it means they have low libido. So they're it's like hypoactive sexual desire disorder. But it's not that. I can't remember.
And like it's premenstrual dysphoric disorder. Is that
yeah,
it? Causes severe irritability, depression,
yeah,
anxiety.
exactly.
So progesterone. That wouldn't treat that.
Yeah, well, you answered that one.
For me, I
That's
know.
exactly how you treat PMDD.
When I had that, I don't know if
Yeah.
I had that, but when I had my depression, anxiety, whatever.
Progesterone gets rid of anxiety.
Yes.
Progesterone gets rid of depression.
And
You wake up
irritability.
happier the next morning. You're singing birds are landing on you, and they're not pooping on
I'm
you.
a
They're
Disney
just landing on
princess.
you. Yeah,
You can become a Disney
you're
princess.
like a Disney princess out of
We can call it
out of
progesterone
Shrek.
princess.
Shrek 2 or Shrek 3.
That is my least favorite movie. I can't believe you brought that up. I'm terrified of Shrek.
I love Shrek.
I'm scared.
Shrek is hilarious. Okay, so let me see if there's any more. Who sells cars?
Cheryl says Zebra Domes rock.
Shrek's Disney is DreamWorks.
Yeah, you can't bring up Shrek here. They're gonna kick you out.
Do you see a link between pyroluria and men with fibromyalgia? Pyroluria is interesting. They need a lot of zinc, so yeah, I do see it. There is an association with fibromyalgia for sure, men or women. But in the Copper Mountains, I know we have a lot of zinc, and we're checking your zinc, your copper, and your ceruloplasmin level. So has a lot to do with it. So okay, that's all. I'm not going to answer anymore.
One more question.
One more. Okay.
Are you enjoying Disney? That was from Cheryl. No, that was from Kim. Sorry.
I love Disney.
I'm not
I love
holding a
coming
gun
down
here.
here with. I love coming down here with you kids. I love that I had speaking engagements and work to do down here. It's usually when we come, and I get treated like a king. And why that is, I have no idea. But and we really enjoy it. We go all out. We have a lot of fun. You kids were raised on Disney. And even your spouses are kind of buying into the Disney mantra,
They are.
which is a lot of fun. And we hang out at the Disney resorts, and we're just really blessed to even get to be here. I'm really blessed that I've had the luck of figuring out some of these things and listened to my betters and listened to doctors who knew more than me and really took what they taught me to heart. And I'm really blessed by all that. And the men who've gone before me and the women who've gone before me. And my patients who are so cool and kind and understanding and get better despite all the mistakes I've made over the years and errors I've made and bad choices I've made in medicine, like so many younger doctors are gonna do it and gonna regret later in life. So I've been at this a long time, but anyway, I really appreciate everyone.
Yeah.
So, hey, you know what? This is Dr. Dan Purser. Thanks for checking in with me at Kadani Village and Animal Kingdom Lodge. God bless and go in good health and cure that endo.